Meanwhile, just pumping out Marines.
If we,
if you have a quick look at my Marines, you can see they've all got combat shields now.
And how much HP does that add?
That adds 10 extra points, which doesn't sound like much, but it makes a big difference.
Okay. Dan's in my expansion at the moment with Zealots and Stalkers.
Pony or
my roaches are coming back though, but I think it's going to be too late. Yes, there goes the hatchery.
But they
Unfortunate for me. I hate you.
But this is where Dan... Zealots are great for the early rush, but after a while you realise, oh wait, they have no range.
So yeah, my roaches here are mopping up. They're not even upgraded. Although I do have a ranged upgrade on the way out. But yes, I killed all of his stuff there. At that point, Dan didn't have a lot. He had 4 Zealots and 2 Stalkers.
Oh.
But he did have a couple of photon cannons going.
And off the roaches
entrance.
Go back to Junglist expansion.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd rushed on Dan right
hassle.
then, I probably could have gotten into his base.
Totally.
So wait, I'm confused here, Nick. Your roaches are coming up to his expansion burrowed, and he's actually got what you would call a crap load of burrowed roaches
watch
there.
what happens here. Watch what happens here. Okay.
He's luring you. He's luring you in. Oh, there they go.
But watch. And then down.
Yump. I'm gone.
And then he's got, of course, neither of us had overlords at that, so we couldn't actually see each other when we were playing.
Yeah, that kind of jive would not play online either.
Not at all, no.
But then if you look over at my base, I'm just spamming out 1 bajillion Marines.
Well, I could have done the same to you though, couldn't I, Anthony? You didn't have any scanning or anything, did you?
Yeah, I'd
Oh, you did have your all-ball command up.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
And I was scanning yo all.
Okay, so Anthony's got his 2 expansions up here. Of course, no one took much notice because no one tried to really take on Anthony.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's a puppy dog, guys.
Yeah.
I think that I was too busy, kind of retaliating at Nick.
Yep.
This is what I tend to rely on
basically
in our staff
happened.
matches.
Yeah.
We'll probably play one after this, in which I rely on Nick and Dan's natural antagonism.
So my spire is just coming up right now. Just been built.
So you can build
and
some aerial units.
I think I started building a couple of mutalisks and got the attack upgrade going pretty early on.
Now, why did you want to do this?
Well, mainly because I knew Dan had Void Rays.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to have something to keep my roaches from just getting wiped out.
How did you know he had Void Rays?
Well, he attacked me earlier.
Oh,
with
okay.
Void Rays. So,
I didn't see that one.
I have 1 Void Ray.
Yes.
You have 1 at this stage.
And obviously mutalisks are also good against zealots because zealots can't do any damage to mutalisks.
Now I'm just, if you jump up to my base, I'm dropping my factory. The intention is not to build any siege tanks or anything. I'm actually going to tech to Banshees, which are an air-to-ground unit that has a cloak, and then I was going to harass the crap out of Dan's expansion. This was my plan. But, as we all know, plans never survive contact with the enemy. Oh, another little thing you might look at, if you look at my expansion, Dan, there's an extra gatherer unit there, an odd-looking fellow. He's called a mule. I can call him down for a cost of 50 energy. It might only be 25 energy, in fact. And he will gather me resources at an enhanced speed, but he'll only last for a couple of minutes before breaking down. But that's a little useful thing. I mean, everybody's got something like that. What have you got?
I've got the Chrono Boost, which I can cast on a building, and it increases its production by 50% for 20 seconds. It used to be 30 seconds before the nerf, but,
And what have you got, Nick?
I've got the Spawn Lava ability, which allows my queen to spawn more lava at any hatchery, which increases that to 7. So
now,
I
if
can
we
create
have a look at
7
my
units at
base, I
once.
have the Chrono Boost ability on all my buildings at the moment, because I have 2 Nexuses.
Two,
Nexi, I don't know.
It just wore off, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out comes some more Zealots, out comes some more Void Rays.
Now, jump back up the top here. Junglist is sending a, how you say, what are they called? Overseers? Overlord to my expansion. That's exposing my extreme noobness, and also his. Like, why didn't I have a turret? Just a couple of turrets. It did not occur to me to... I saw this coming, and it didn't occur to me to just drop a turret. I was like, oh, I better get my dudes through the thing and the thing, and because I'm a bit retarded that way. But what he's going to do is he's going to spot. He's going to unleash a Nidus Canal, or worm, whatever it's called. And that'll let him bring units right in there.
If we have a look, Dan's actually starting to move his army up towards Anthony's base, but Anthony has a huge amount.
60 Marines.
60 Marines, which is an excessive amount,
Yeah.
to Dan's 13 Zealots and 3 Void Rays.
I thought the Void Rays would do well, but not against the mob. I didn't realise this was actually coming, so...
Yeah, I don't think anyone did.
I kind of retreated the Stalkers here and wanted to get the Zealots up, but...
So now what? We're all just sitting around, aren't we? Don't worry.
So yeah, Anthony's also putting up a couple of starports at his expansion.
Just to get my
what was the
Banshees
plan
going.
there with the starports, Anthony?
As I mentioned before, I'm going to build Banshees and then just start
Yes, of
harassing
course.
your expansions. Because I've been scanning and looking at people who've not invested a lot in air-to-air or aerial units that have a good anti-air capacity. And I saw Dan's Void Rays and I thought my ridiculous number of Marines could probably handle them. If you jump up to my expansion, Junglist has just spawned his Nidus Worm.
Oh,
He's
yes.
going to start spitting units out, and I'm like, oh my god. He's only used roaches, which means I just take all the buildings off and you can't attack them, but he can build my supply. And I mean, this is just such a noob thing for me to be, situation for me to be in. So I had to kill my rocks. So
And
my
then,
dudes. So look, I've got 1 bajillion dudes who can't get through. And you'll notice he's now not doing anything. That's because he's timed out and dropped.
If we flick over to my expansion, we'll be able to see Dan taking me on with his army. Unfortunately, I had a ton of roaches and a few mutalisks, which were good against the void.
Surprisingly good.
I don't think... Dan, did you expect me to have mutalisks?
At that time,
Yeah.
no, not really. But look, the Void Rays did a pretty stellar job of actually.
Well, against the roaches, it was quite good. Now, the mistake I made straight after was I thought, hey, Dan won't have anything. Let's get him with my 12 roaches.
Oops.
Well, actually, no, I had slightly more than that, but it was
4
still a bad
photon
idea.
cannons and how many?
Well, I made
Eight.
the other noob mistake of not actually scouting the base before I went in.
Yeah.
So,
And he's bringing his observer back to scope your roaches anyway.
well, photon cannons are, of course, observing.
The thing with
units, so-
StarCraft, though, Dan, is that attack on his base was very much a defeat for you because you didn't achieve anything tactically.
basically, yes.
Yeah. Like, just killing a bunch of units doesn't mean anything in StarCraft.
No.
especially against Zerg, because
Yeah.
Zerg can just...
Unless it is literally 1 for 1, you know?
Yeah. Now, this is where Nick's like, uh-oh.
Yep. So yeah, my roaches here run in and get mowed down by a combination of photon cannons, zealots, and warfare,
Dear.
which was not fun at all. And that was basically at that point my army, apart from a couple of Zerglings and Mutalisks.
So you only killed six zealots.
Yep.
Disappointing.
Well, having said that, Dan at that point had not much, but then he also had the production to be able to quickly. Move all that
Meanwhile,
stuff
if you
back
jump up to my base, 79 Marines and 7 Marauders, which I'm just putting in there kind of because I have a barracks with a tech lab, so I thought I might as well build some.
up. So
Now,
yeah,
the Marauders, are they ground only?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah.